Welcome back, Young Sheldon series. In order to defend George's dishonest behavior with Brenda, Young Sheldon willingly destroys Mary in Season 6, as the Cooper parents' long-simmering marital strife finally reaches its boiling point. One of the most highly anticipated plotlines in Young Sheldon for years has been Sheldon's The Big Bang Theory story about seeing his father having sex with another woman, despite the show's attempts to avoid it. Mary and George got into a heated altercation after learning that they might have been having an affair, and it now appears that their marriage is finally breaking down. Nerd-focused sitcom. Despite George's inability to physically appear in The Big Bang Theory, enough information about him was presented for viewers to get a good sense of who he was as a person. Mary and Sheldon both described him as a lousy parent who was wasted and sluggish. The father was an exceptional example since, until that moment, all that was known about him came from fiction, but The Big Bang Theory decimated the Cooper family as a whole. Yet, Young Sheldon has been striving so hard to boost the character's standing that they are willingly denigrating Mary in order to justify George's adultery. Young Sheldon makes Mary appear horrible because of Rob. After months of waiting, the newest Cooper family member finally appears in a launch party and a full human being. But Mary and George meet at the hospital at the same time Mandy gives birth to her and Georgie's daughter, along with their respective potential love interests. Sheldon's parents argue and then accuse each other of being unfaithful as a result. When Mary initially notices George and Brenda sharing a private moment, Pastor Rob interrupts and jumps into the conversation before Mary has a chance to ask them about it. Young Sheldon Season 6 has seen Mary and George get along well for the most part. Mary has become friendlier as a result of severing her ties to the church, but she has also avoided falling more deeply in love with Rob. Mary's own affair was not mentioned in The Big Bang Theory, but Young Sheldon has been developing her storyline with Rob for some time now. Even Missy is aware of their mutual interest. By doing this, George somehow lessens the impact on his reputation as he continues his long-standing infidelity. Why Rob is worse in Young Sheldon than Brenda. Mary is oblivious to the fact that it is so clear that Rob has feelings for her since she is preoccupied with persuading herself that she doesn't feel anything for him. This way of thinking makes it likely that Mary won't perceive anything amiss when Rob joins her at the hospital during Mandy's delivery. She wouldn't have brought him along if that were the case. Brenda did have a purpose for being there, despite the possibility that George was her Young Sheldon boyfriend. Regardless of whether they are genuinely having an affair, Brenda and George regret their actions. On the other side, Mary is still full of herself when it comes to her extramarital affections for her former workmate, Young Sheldon. Even though it's obvious that nothing between her and Rob is occurring, she continues to act as though it is. Rob has also grown to be very obnoxious. Despite his upbeat demeanor, he invites Mary to lunch since he is fully aware of what he is doing. He might have even quit his job as the Bree at Medford High School just to annoy George. Rob is not as stupid as he first appears to be. There is little question that he will seize the opportunity if Mary even suggests that she could be open to having an affair. How Mary's connection with Pastor Rob defends George's cheating. The most recent temporal problem that Young Sheldon encountered might have given the show some breathing room before George's unavoidable demise. Despite the incident's potential for narrative fallout, it appears that CBS is now turning its attention to it. Yet, George's reputation as a family man is somewhat preserved by relying on the theory that Mary is also involved in an extramarital relationship with Rob. It doesn't follow that the fact that they both have affairs makes him a bad guy and Mary the victim. Instead, Young Sheldon chooses to mitigate the criticism by demonstrating that Sheldon's parents were both responsible for their marriage dissolution. Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel.